Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Hubbards Cave Hazelnut Coffee and Cakes, and this is coming in at 12% ABV. This is an Imperial Stout with coffee, maple syrup, and hazelnut. Check it out. Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Hubbards Cave. This is hazelnut, coffee, and cakes, and it is 12% ABV, and it is an Imperial Stout with coffee, maple syrup, and hazelnuts. Check it out. 3, 2, 1. Hi everybody, it's Rich, and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you like the channel. Today we are going to be looking at Hubbards Cave Hazelnut Coffee and Cakes. This is an Imperial Stout with coffee, maple syrup, and hazelnut, and it comes in at 12% ABV. Now, we've had stuff on this channel before by Hubbards Cave, and I'm a little confused on this one. It does say Hubbards Cave up top, but it says brewed at Uni Annie Brewery LLC in Niles, Illinois. So that must be, I guess, the brewery. Maybe this is the brand from here. I think we had something from Hubbards Cave before. It was like, I feel like it was a stout with sort of chilies in it or something like that, but I'd have to go back and look, and I'm just not sure. But this flavor profile sounded really good. Now it is coming in at 12% ABV, so that's pretty high alcohol for this, and it does feature down on the bottom. It's sort of hard to see. I mean, there are the coffee and the cakes, but over here there's a little tiny graphic that says SPUTNIK coffee, and it has like, it looks like two little dogs in front of it, but I'm just not sure. So I don't know SPUTNIK coffee, but I'm sort of interested to see what this is like. So let's crack it open. I am using a stout glass for this. And, you know, it pours a very dark brown. Good amount of carbonation. I expected it to seem a little more syrupy, I guess. Maybe a half a pinky of head's dissipated pretty well. I'll tell you the truth, right now in the bar, what I'm getting, tremendous smell of coffee, tremendous smell of chocolate. So it actually, even from a distance, it smells great. Okay, there's the roast smell of the coffee, sort of like, to me it smells like sort of a medium roast. I'm getting some of that hazelnut, that chocolatey sort of smell to it. And there's a certain sweetness here too. You know, it almost smells like a flavored coffee creamer, like a chocolate maple coffee creamer, like if you were to pick up one of those containers and put it to your nose. But it does smell sweet. But it does have sort of a coffee creamer. I don't even know if they make like a chocolate coffee creamer, because I drink my coffee black, so I just don't know. But it's almost like that sweet, almost milky aroma that's there. So I guess that's the sweetness. Maybe there's some lactose in there or something like that. You know what? The nose is interesting and really nice, but it really doesn't matter if the flavor's off. So let's see how it tastes. This is epic. Okay, first off, it seemed to pour sort of thin, but with that being said, there's a certain thickness. It's not quite syrupy. It does not remind me of like the Equilibrium pastry stouts, but to go with that further, there is a thickness here. Coffee up front, mid-tongue, back of the tongue, sort of this great sweetness. That roast flavor from the coffee is mixed in, and right on the very back of the tongue, you can taste that sort of maple syrup flavor, and I guess underlying there's like a chocolate component to it too. This is really good. You know, it's funny, it is thicker than it looks, but thinner than I expected. It definitely coats the mouth, it stays there. There's this great chocolatey sweetness you know, just lingering in the mouth. This is really, really nice. You know what I would love to see this? I would love to see a barrel-aged version of this. This would be fantastic if you could get this in a barrel-aged configuration also. Now, I have to say, I bought this one up in Larchmont, New York at this place called the Chico's. They have a really big beer section. I've talked about them before. I am not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. In fact, when I go there, I just spend money. They had this one in there, and I had gotten one from them before, again, by Hubbards Cave. And I want to say that one was like, you know, sort of a stout with chocolate and chili in it. And I have to be honest, I do not like my beer to be super spicy, and I thought that was really spicy. Now, if I remember correctly, this I bought with some trepidation. I wasn't sure if I would like it, because in a lot of cases, like when I hit a really, you know, beer I don't like, I don't look back at that brewery again, because why bother? You didn't like the one product. I know it's sort of like short-sighted, but it's what I do. With that being said, I'm so glad I tried this. This is very good. And I mean, I also remember that the one I tried for them, you know, I thought it was a well-crafted beer. It just wasn't my type of flavor profile. Excuse me. This is definitely my type of flavor profile. A nice sort of pastry type of stout. I'll tell you something else. You know, you can't taste the booze. 12%, and you're not getting overwhelmed with the alcohol. That's an impressive feat. Folks, this is definitely one I would pick up again. In fact, I wish I had bought 4 of these and not just one. I can't remember how much they were. I think they were relatively expensive, like $6 to $8 per can, but they were only selling them in the singles. So I would say that this is definitely one that if you see, I would pick it up. So again, this is Hubbards Cave Hazelnut Coffee and Cakes, and it is 12% ABV by volume. It is an Imperial Stout with coffee, maple syrup, and hazelnuts, and it has SPUTNIK coffee in it. And if you see it, I have to say, I would definitely grab this. Again, it's not, I thought this was more of a local beer, but it is not a local beer. This is clearly brewed outside of New York, but this is great. I would buy this again in a heartbeat. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you have, please hit that like button down below. It helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And again, if you know anybody who would like the video, please share it out to them. I appreciate that as well. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this one. Cheers.